Ladies and gentlemen, we saw a down to the wire game. This is what sports is all about. Team versus team. We the clock is ticking down. We have a team that seemingly had the dub. They were significantly leading by double digits. All of a sudden, another team who had 3 players out makes a storming back for the comeback. Then it's mano a mano, team versus team, back and forth, 3-pointers, back and forth, mid-range jumpers. These teams are locked in and they're on it. And then it all comes down to this: the Indiana Fever run the second to last play of the game. We saw the Indiana Fever run a great play. We saw about 13 seconds on the shot clock, and the Indiana Fever were down by 3. The score was 81 Indiana, 84 Connecticut. And Indiana, instead of going for a 3-point shot, they decide to get the ball to Kelsey Mitchell, who could absolutely shoot a 3-point shot, but she decides to take it inside and goes for the mid-range jumper. And she gets that shot to go, right? Again, they run a play for Kelsey Mitchell. She goes downhill, gets a makeable layup. Then it's a 1-point game. So the Indiana Fever, they foul Marie Mabry for the foul they had to give. Then the second foul, what do? They foul the rookie, Sanaya Rivers, and force her to go to the line and make her free throws. Sanaya Rivers, all the pressure's on. The crowd is very loud. Her team is only up by 1 point. She needs to make her free throws. She misses her first free throw, calms down, looks up at the ceiling, makes her second free throw. Now it's a 2-point game. 2-point game, the Indiana Fever do not have a full timeout. So what do they have to do? They call a reset timeout, which is that advancement timeout that brings the ball to the front court. You don't have a chance to huddle. You cannot huddle. This replaced the 20-second timeout. All right. And so Lexi Hull inbounded the basketball. She gave it to Kelsey Mitchell in the corner. It was a bad pass by Lexi Hull to inbound, which then led to Kelsey Mitchell panicking, jacking up a terrible shot, and all of a sudden, just like that, the Indiana Fever, who posed a huge comeback, went on a 14-0 run in that fourth quarter. This same Indiana Fever team that looked like they was about to storm back for the victory at home, they end up losing this game by 2 points. And I want to talk through some stuff. Number one, fantastic game plan by the Connecticut Sun. The Connecticut Sun, it seemed like the goal was to go at Aliyah Boston and to get Aliyah Boston in foul trouble. And that's what happened. That is absolutely what happened, guys. Absolutely what happened. Aliyah Boston finishes this game with 5 fouls. And here's the deal. Aliyah Boston, when she was on the court, Aliyah Boston was fire. She was 8 of 10 from the field, guys. She was a huge impact in this game. 17 points for her, but unlucky for her, she was in foul trouble. 5 fouls in this game. There was a whole bunch of fouls that she got that had to put her on the bench, right? So in the first half, Aliyah Boston was on the bench quite a bit, not because she wasn't playing good, but because she was in foul trouble. She got 3 quick fouls, and in the third quarter, she got a quick foul for her fourth, and then she ended up getting her fifth in the fourth quarter. But the foul trouble that Aliyah Boston was in this game, I think was the ultimate thing that gave this Connecticut Sun team the lead that they had throughout the game, right? And in the fourth quarter, the Indiana Fever posed a 16-0 run where literally everybody was shooting and scoring, and DeWanna Bonner had 2 back-to-back threes. She had a 3 where she banked it off the backboard inside for a 3-point shot, and then she had another 3 that was huge in this game, and it felt like, OMG, is this Indiana Fever team about to come back, right? Aliyah Boston was in the game and was able to finish out the game, right? You had DeWanna Bonner making some good decisions on the court, and overall, your team was looking good. Here's the deal, guys. I want to walk through something because I want to talk about one, the grit of this Indiana Fever team, and ultimately I want to talk about why in the world this I want to talk about why in the world this Connecticut Sun team ended up winning. So let's talk through it. All right. So we're in the fourth quarter, guys. We're in the fourth quarter. And we're at about around the 6-minute mark. Around the 6-minute mark in the fourth quarter. All right. The score is Connecticut 74, Indiana 65. Okay. Not necessarily a close game. Not totally, right? Not totally. 9-point game. It feels like the Connecticut Sun have it. Boom. Sophie Cunningham rolls her ankle. She's on the ground. She's wailing in pain, like she's hurt. She gets helped off of the court. She doesn't return back. In comes DeWanna Bonner. Okay? In comes DeWanna Bonner. DeWanna Bonner, mind you, hadn't done much in this game up until this point. She hadn't done much. Sophie Cunningham goes down. This is now the third player down for your team because early in the game, in the first half, we saw a collision between Sydney Colson and oh my goodness, JC Sheldon. We saw a collision between Sydney Colson and JC Sheldon, which led JC Sheldon falling on Sydney Colson. Colson is clutching her knee. Colson leaves the game, and after halftime, they announced that she is not returning to this game. So you're down your point guard and Caitlin Clark, who is out. She's out for 2 more games. And then your backup point guard, the one who has been starting these last 2 games as the point guard, because there's no one else really that can really play point for your team. Now, Sydney Colson's out. Okay, well, I guess you're going to have Sophie Cunningham run the point. Is she a good point guard? In my opinion, no. But that's all you got. So you ride with Sophie Cunningham. And in the fourth quarter, with 6 minutes left to go, you are down by 9 points. Boom. Sophie Cunningham, her ankle does like this. Boom, 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 boom. And yes, if there's any, no one caused Sophie to turn her ankle. She just turned it. It is what it is. Players turn their ankles all the time. Just like that injury to Sydney. I don't think that was JC Sheldon's fault. It's just what happens, right? It's a physical game, and things happen. Okay, but anyway, back to it. We're in this game. It's coming down to the wire. It is a 9-point game. Sophie Cunningham goes to the bench because she didn't even go to the bench. She goes straight to the locker room, getting helped over to the locker room. And here's the deal, guys. DeWanna Bonner comes in this game and immediately makes an impact. After the third player goes out in Sophie Cunningham, third player for the Fever goes out. It feels like this Indiana Fever team was like, you know what? I think we should actually play. You know what? This is the third player out for our team, and the fans are upset and watching this performance. So I think we're about to start playing. So Natasha Howard, what did she do? 3-point bucket. DeWanna Bonner, 3-point bucket off the backboard. Boom, huge impact. The crowd is going wild. And all of a sudden, what looked like a significant deficit is now a manageable comeback for the Fever. Because now you have the 5-minute mark and you're only down by 4 points. And then DeWanna Bonner goes for another 3. And then it's like, oh my God, what is going on? Then bad decision by the Connecticut Sun. Renee Mabry ended up missing a shot. And then now you have an opportunity for Indiana to get the lead. Ball goes inside to Aliyah Boston. Aliyah Boston makes the bucket. Boom. Indiana with the lead. Crowd is going wild. Everybody's going insane. Insane. And then Aliyah Boston gets her 5th foul, fouling Sanaya Rivers, who gets to the free throw line and calms down, makes both of her free throws. Now we have now instead of the Connecticut Sun being down by 1 point, now they're up by 1 point. And then we proceed to have one of the best back and forth things that I've seen in a while. Okay, DeWanna Bonner goes for another 3-point shot. Boom, another 3-point bucket. OMG, is the Indiana Fever about to win this game? 78 Indiana, 76 Connecticut. And what does Connecticut do? What does Connecticut do to stop that? Bria Hartley unexpectedly knocks down a 3-point bucket. Boom! 3-point shots for Bria Hartley. Now all of a sudden, you got a 3-point battle. You have a 3-point battle, guys. Sanaya, we see Marina Mabrey end up getting a big time block on. She ended up getting a big time block on Lexi Hall, I believe. So great stop by Indiana. What does that? I mean, by Connecticut. What does that lead to for Connecticut? It leads to Sanaya Rivers, the rookie, saying, you know what? Bria Hartley just knocked down a 3. How about I do it? 3-point shot for the rookie, Sanaya Rivers. Bang, bang, bang. Now, just like that, the Connecticut Sun have extended that window. They extended that cushion. They had the lead by double digits. End up only having a 9-point lead. Then you end up having DeWanna Bonner and Natasha Howard knock down some big time threes on you. And then you say, you know what, Bria Hartley, Sanaya Rivers, 2 players who are not known for their 3-point shots like that. Marina Mabrey is a 3-point shooter for Connecticut. I don't think Indiana expected Bria Hartley and Sanaya Rivers to make 3-point shots, but they do, back to back. And Marina Mabrey, who's not known as a defensive player, gets a big time block on Lexi Hall. So, Connecticut is looking good, right? 4-point lead for Connecticut. Then Lexi Hall is like, you know what? My shot got blocked earlier. Let me knock down this 3-point shot, Lexi Hall. So you have several 3-point shots in a row from both teams. Lexi makes the 1-point game. Fever down by 1. What happens? Marina Mabrey gets the basketball, 19-footer, drain, makes a shot. Stephanie White is like, you know what? Let me calm my team down. Let's calm down. Let's woosah. We are down by 3 points. We got about a minute left to go, guys. We can win this game. Yes, we was down bad, but this is our moment. This is our moment to win. This is our moment. So after this timeout, Bonner misses a 3. Connecticut gets the rebound. They miss the shot. And then there's a couple misses, back and forth. Indiana calls another timeout because we are now, there've been a lot of misses. No one has made a shot in like 30 seconds or so. So now we're around 13 seconds left to go in a game, and we're still in the fourth quarter. About 13 seconds left to go. The Indiana Fever are down by 3 points, right? 84-81. So they have a decision to make. Do the Indiana Fever run a play for a 3-point basket? Do they? Or do they go for the quick 2 and then foul Connecticut to have a chance to win the game? What do? You're down by 3. 13 seconds left to go. So what do? You run a play for Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell gets the ball on the move. Like she's I believe the ball first goes to Aliyah Boston, and then Kelsey Mitchell is sort of like running her way through, gets the ball sort of like towards the key, winds her way into the lane, and goes for a kind of like scoop layup. She gets it to go. Boom. Okay, 1-point game again. 1-point game against Connecticut has a 1-point win. The Indiana Fever go for the quick 2, and she scores it pretty quick, right? They had 13 seconds on the shot clock, on the game clock when the ball was inbounded. She gets the basketball, quickly goes to score that layup. She makes it. Good decision because, again, you may have missed a 3-point shot. Now you're going for an easier, makeable shot that you could get fouled on, which is smart. Right? You didn't have to go for the 3. You could go for the easy 2 that could give you an opportunity not only to make an easier shot, but also to possibly get fouled, because we've seen in this game up until this point, Connecticut has been fouling, right? They've been fouling. They've been a little bit foul happy. So you make that decision. Kelsey Mitchell makes it. Now you're down by 1 point. 1 point. So you got to foul, right? So you have a foul to give. So you foul Marina Mabrey. You have a foul to give. And then you have another foul that you got to get somebody to the free throw line, because, again, we got 8 seconds left to go. 8 seconds left to go. Connecticut has the basketball. You can't just let them play it out. You can't. You cannot let them play it out, because if they play it out, you lost, because there's not enough time on the shot clock. There's not enough time in the game. 8 seconds left to go. You foul first Marina. Then you foul the rookie, Sanaya Rivers, which smart. Luckily for the Fever, Sanaya Rivers got the basketball, so they were able to foul her immediately. Sanaya Rivers, your young player. Your young player. Your rookie star. The future of your franchise for the Connecticut Sun. She gets fouled in a critical moment where the game is on the line. Her team is only up by 1 point. There is still time. There's about 5 seconds left on the clock. 5 seconds left for for the Indiana Fever to possibly come back and win this game. A lot of pressure on the rookie. A lot of pressure. Sanaya Rivers goes to the free throw line. Clank. Missed her first shot. Oh, gut punch. That sucks. She's probably thinking like, OMG, wow. This is not good. Not good. My team is counting on me. Everybody's counting on me. If I miss these shots, Indiana can come back and win this game, and it'll be on me. So, when she was getting ready to take the second shot, I saw her look up. I saw her look up at the ceiling. I don't know if she was I don't know what she was thinking I saw her look up at the ceiling. It seems like she was composing herself. She steps to the line. She breathes. Calm down. Swish. Sanaya Rivers makes the basket. Now we are at a 2-point game. 2-point game for the Connecticut Sun. And then the Indiana Fever do not have a timeout. They don't. They don't have a timeout. A full-time timeout, I should say. My apologies. They did not have a full-time timeout, but they did have a reset timeout. So you do your reset timeout. You advance the basketball, and you get the ball to someone you can trust. You say, Lexi Hall, I want you to inbound the basketball. Run a play for Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell, I want you to run off and score the bucket. But unfortunately for the Indiana Fever, in my opinion, Lexi Hall has a bad inbounds pass. A bad inbounds pass. She had to arc it. The problem is she had to arc it over JC Sheldon. So it was an arcing pass that was off the mark, which led Kelsey Mitchell to get the ball at an awkward spot and also kind of rush the shot because she was panicking. She didn't get the ball in rhythm. She got the ball in like awkward, and then she missed. She ended up airballing the shot. Ball was rebounded by somebody on the Connecticut Sun, and then ultimately the game was over. Guys, that was the ball game. That was the ball game, guys. Hopefully y'all enjoyed my recap. I was trying to do a dramatic sort of walkthrough of the ending of the game, because I wanted to like really walk through and give you all a sense of how dramatic this ending was. This ending of this game was very, very dramatic. And I've said it before, guys, I love women's basketball. I think it's so fun. I think it's very, very theatrical. And not even about drama. Here's the thing I love, guys. I'm not entertained by all the drama stuff. I'm not entertained by all the whatever hullabaloo stuff. I'm entertained by the basketball. And we saw some great basketball towards the end. Some great basketball. And again, I didn't care who won. I didn't care. I think it's awesome that Connecticut got their first win, but it didn't matter to me who won. I wanted to be entertained. I wanted to watch a game of consequence, and this game was, as Kathy Engelbert loves to say, a game of consequence. That earlier game, or the game that basically happened at the same time between the New York Liberty and the Washington Mystics, that was not a great game. It wasn't. It was kind of boring because ultimately it led to be a blowout by the New York Liberty. But this game was amazing. Now, should the Indiana Fever have even been in this position? No, they shouldn't have been. But they played bad overall because their one of their best players was on the bench for a sizable amount of the game because she was in foul trouble. And they didn't really have anybody to really take the reins as the PG, which led to bad shots, which led to turnovers, which led to just overall not so great play. And the Connecticut Sun stepped up in this game. What a game, Connecticut. What a game. I'm talking about players like Tina Charles, who had 18 points in this game. Talking about Marina Mabry, who at one point it looked like Marina Mabry could not miss. Marina Mabry finishes the game with 26 points. I'm talking about Bria Hartley, who shoots a clutch three. Finishes the game with 12 points, with 3 of those field goals coming from the 3-point line. I'm talking about Bria Hartley ended up making two threes with 6 points. I'm talking about Sanaya Rivers, who finishes the game with 12 points, 6 assists, made some great defensive plays in this game, and when it mattered the most, knocked down critical free throw. She goes 3 of 4 from the free throw line in clutch minutes in the fourth quarter for your rookie with the pressure all on. The Connecticut Sun showed up. I'm talking about Haley Peters, who comes off the bench, goes perfect 4 for 4, finished with 9 points. This Connecticut Sun team got a gritty win. Now, again, is this a game they should have won? In my opinion, no. I think the Indiana Fever, even with the injury to Caitlin, even with two players going down during the game, I still think the Indiana Fever should have won that game. However, it's not about who should win. It's about who does. It's about who shows up. Because here's the deal. As my shirt says, can y'all read my shirt? Can y'all read my shirt? My shirt says anybody can get got. And today, the Indiana Fever got. They didn't show up ready to play. Even though they were at home, even though they slept in their own bed, they did not show up to play. Connecticut did. Marie Mabry did. Sanaya Rivers did. Tina Charles did. And ultimately, they leave out of Indiana with the dub. Fantastic game. Fan-freaking-tastic game. I love it. I love women's basketball. I love the WNBA. I think this is awesome. Awesome. I know some of y'all are going to be mad because I know a sizable amount of y'all are FIBA fans, but at the same time, this game was great for the WNBA. This game was great for the WNBA. It was. Okay? I'm just saying. That's all I got. I do want to say thank you all so much for rocking with me. I thank you for your support of the channel. I thank you for listening to my random spiel about this game. I talk about this stuff because it's fun. Women's basketball is fun. The actual play on the court is fun. And when we see games like this, it puts the joy. It continues to build up the joy I get from watching basketball. The reason why I do all these streams, the reason why I do all these lives and I talk about these games and that's all the channel is about, because I love this thing. This is fun. And games like this make it even funner. Okay? Because again, it's not about who should have won. It's about who won at the end. And it was about the back and forth battle. That dramatic description I was kind of given earlier, because it was a back and forth, tit for tat, bang for bang. It was fun. That's what women's basketball is all about. That's what sports is all about, guys. That's what it's all about. And that's what we got. All right. Looks like my camera is overheating, so I will see y'all in the next one. Hopefully y'all can still hear me. But if not, I'll see y'all in the next one. Till next time, guys. Bye.